So for today's video, I will be doing my 9-week pregnancy update. I am now 10 weeks, but I'm going to be talking about all the symptoms and things like that I've had in the past week when I was 9 weeks pregnant. At the beginning of the week, the baby was the size of a grape. Apparently now at the end of week 9, it is the size of an olive. Those sound like really similar to me, so I guess it depends like what you buy, but an olive and a grape to me sounds pretty same. But anyway, it's still tiny, but I've got a really good baby center app. If you don't have one and you're pregnant, you should definitely download it because it gives you weekly updates and just loads of different information and reminders as well. But this is a video on what the baby is looking like this week. So as you can see, it is looking really human. It has fingers, toes, everything's kind of developed. It is just so tiny, but it's all there. He's just tiny guy. Yeah, at the end of week 9, when you begin week 10, your baby goes from being an embryo to now it's officially like a fetus. So that's exciting. The symptoms I've had this week are similar to other weeks, to be honest. I have just been so tired still, but I haven't really been being good enough at like going to bed early, and obviously I'm running around after the 2 boys and they're just crazy. So I've definitely been tired still. That's been a massive symptom for me. Still really sore, huge boobs, like to the point of some shirts aren't fitting very well anymore, which is great. I've been weeing still a lot more. And a new symptom this week is I've been quite like out of breath, like for no reason. Like I've not been running around before this video, but I've sat down now to talk to you and I'm like I'm getting a bit out of breath. And sometimes when I eat a big meal, even though the baby's like tiny, I feel like my lungs are like I'm trying to like catch my breath. It's really odd. I don't know why I'm having that. My hormones have been a bit crazy this week. My poor husband. I've been a bit like, not snappy, but I think the other night I asked him what I looked like in something and he sort of just said, oh, shut up, or, you know, like just being like, oh, don't be ridiculous. And I was like, oh, so I'm fat then. And I don't know, I was just taking everything to heart and just being like a little bit hormonal for sure. And yes, another new symptom for me that is, oh my God, so real, baby brain. I've just been doing like really ditzy things, like forgetting simple things, or like I texted my friend the other day and I was like, hi hun, do you fancy having a play date today? And she was like, yeah, we arranged to meet at 1 o'clock. Are you still on for that kind of thing? And I'm like, so I don't know, just doing really stupid things and like forgetting like my wallet and just doing silly things. So baby brain is like a real thing, and I don't know if it's because I'm tired or because my body's focusing on other things, but I have definitely been being a bit like stupider. Also this week I chased the hospital for my scan date because I still haven't had a scan letter, and the day that I turned 10 weeks I was like, I should be having it in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I called the hospital directly and I waited on the phone for ages, and then eventually they told me that no, they have not had a referral for me. My GP has not referred me to a hospital. So that was freaking fantastic. So then I had to call the GP and be like, hello, I came and saw you when I was 6 weeks pregnant. Why have I not been referred? But when I had seen the doctor, I didn't actually see my usual doctor. I saw a different doctor. So I don't know if it wasn't like a priority or what, but then it was like this big rush to get it faxed through to the hospital. But the GP has now said that they have faxed that through. So I'm still waiting for my scan date. And hoping that I get that very soon. Another thing that's happened this week is I had like my booking in appointment with the sisters at my GP's, because when I called and I was like complaining, they were like, oh, while you're on the phone, we actually need to meet you and we need to talk to you about things. And so I went along today and they did like my blood pressure, my height, my weight, which nearly made me throw up. I cannot believe how heavy I am at the moment. It was really depressing. I'm like a stone bigger than I probably should be. And that's not just the pregnancy. I just feel like I've put on a lot of weight lately, and it scares me so much because I do put on a lot of weight in pregnancy. Like I just seem to like balloon. With both boys, I put on 3 stone each. So I'm just really going to be careful and watch what I'm eating and stuff, because if I'm already a stone heavier than I want to be, I don't want to put on another 3 stone and then have put on like 4 stone in a way, if you know what I mean. So that actually scared me a lot. And then I also had to do like a urine sample and a few other bits like that, just talk about having a whooping cough jab and stuff like that. They also gave me a sheet of when all my appointments will be, and it's so funny because it's my 3rd baby. I have a scan at 12 weeks, a scan at 20 weeks, and then nobody wants to see me until I'm like 30 weeks. It's literally like, it's so relaxed, which is cool because I actually have been so relaxed in this pregnancy, because I'm a bit like, meh. Like if it was my first pregnancy, I never would have left like chasing the scan this long, but I was a bit like, yeah, I'm sure it will happen, and I'm so busy with everything else, I just haven't chased it. Because it's my 3rd, I'm a bit like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Today, my booking in appointment, I did ask about a home birth, but they said that again, I have to speak to the midwives. So that's definitely something that I want to look into a bit more. It's something we might consider, so that's exciting. Yes, she also gave me all the like the Emma's diary stuff, and they also gave me a big labor information pack. You're not actually supposed to get this until you're 34 weeks pregnant, but she was like, we've got so many, we're just giving them out now. And in that were loads of samples, like a fairy non-bio sample, a little Pampers nappy sample. And that nappy's so small, it just makes me think, I can't believe I'm gonna have a baby that is that small. So I've got that. Dettol wipes to try, Bepanthen to try, and I had a few of these tubes from last time, and I used to keep them in the baby bag, and they're so handy. In my Emma's diary, there's also a sheet in it to fill in and take to Boots or Argos and get like my free pack of, again, samples. I think it's such a clever way to market to mums, because mums actually make like 80% of household buys, and it's sort of down to us. So all these samples when you're having a baby, like I do actually use Pampers, and when I saw those Pampers in that pack, I was like, I wonder if I've always used Pampers, because that was the first thing I got and tried. I don't know, but it's just so clever, and I'm definitely gonna go and get all of these samples because they do come in handy. I just wanted to mention I'm still taking my Pregnacare, my Vitabionic supplements with omega-3 in it as well. I take them every morning. Every morning I'm also taking my liquid iron supplement, which is Spa Tone, and I buy it in the apple flavor. I really like the taste of it. But I have it every day because my iron levels are not very good, especially when I'm on. And in my last pregnancy, I was obsessed and craved crunching ice all the time, which is an iron deficiency. So I don't really want that to happen, and I drove my husband crazy with all the ice crunching last time. So I'm taking iron supplements every day just to help with that. So yes, I think that is it for this week. I think that's all the updates and symptoms and stuff. Everything's plodding along very well. Hopefully next time we speak, I will actually have got a scan. For now, I think that is all that I wanted to update you on. I really hope you like this update, and I will see you very soon. Some really nice symptoms I've had this week are constipation and more discharge. So I can't believe I just said that on the internet.